Go.
Hi, it's Cousin Vicky. Merry Christmas. Hi, it's Cousin Debbie. Merry Christmas.
Hi, this is Cousin Greg. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, it's Uncle Paul. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hi, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Jay, Cousin Jay.
Hi, everybody. It's Aunt Kathy. Merry Christmas.
You ready, everybody?
We're ready.
We're ready.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yay! Hi, everybody. We decided that since we all couldn't be together for Christmas that we were going to make this. And we want to say hello to all our family members out there who are far away, and especially to Rebecca and Uncle Caleb and Uncle Tommy.
And we'd also like to say hello to Albert, Aunt Alicia, Aunt Christine, and baby Luna on the way.
Hello to Clara, Claude, Dawn, and Dan.
I want to wish a Merry Christmas to Benjamin, Kathleen, Christopher Luna, and Christopher Washington. And I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas to Dave, Doug, Joey, and Joshua. Merry Christmas.
Also, a Merry Christmas to Luca, Michael, Patty, and all the listeners also. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
Reindeer.
had a very shiny nose.
Delightful.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game like Monopoly. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history, yay!
Merry Christmas. Building loans.
Hi. So exciting to see all the gifts under the tree and wonder what's inside all the boxes. As an example, see this box? Look at its shape. Listen, I bet this is a sweater for me. You know what? Seeing all these gifts reminds me of one of my favorite Christmas stories.
Oh, no! Not another story!
Okay, guys. When Danny
was about 2.5, 3 years old. This is a story just for everyone to know and remember Danny. And Danny and Patty, I hope your child does this to you someday. Daddy and I, we took a lot of care in hiding all the gifts before Christmas. And then we made sure that we would put them under the tree very late in the middle of the night. So we waited till all the kids went to bed. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, Daddy and I wrapped all of these gifts. And not just the gifts for all of you kids, but we also wrapped the gifts for Grandma and Grandpa and Aunt Rita and the cousins and everybody else. And we were exhausted. We finished doing this about 2 o'clock in the morning. We then put all the gifts under the tree, and totally exhausted, Daddy and I went to bed. Well, guess what? Danny got up about 4:45 that morning, came downstairs, unwrapped every single gift. Now, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, even the tiniest little box of candy that we bought for the mailman, Danny unwrapped. And when Daddy and I walked down about 8 o'clock that morning, we had wrapping paper from one end to the other, and there we were, and we had to start wrapping these gifts all over again. We will never forget that Christmas, and Danny, we will never forget that little Christmas gift you gave to us that year. That's my story, guys.
Yeah, never forget it because you tell us every year.
Okay.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. Whoa, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yay! Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Mom. The story of The Night Before Christmas. And I'm going to be reading it to all of you. It's a lovely story, and here's how it goes. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung in the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while vision of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I went like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursets they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all! As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pulling of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings when turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Wasn't that a nice story? The Night Before Christmas is one of my personal favorites. You can find this at any bookstore. It's probably less than $10, and it's on Random House. And you know what? I was just thinking of something. What would it be like in this house if I was Santa Claus?
"'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring except Debbie's computer mouse. The stockings were hung on the stairway by Vic, in hopes they'd be filled with toys from St. Nick. The boys were upstairs, asleep in their beds, while visions of meatless lasagna danced in their heads."
Pause.
Mom's in her bedroom, asleep watching TV, and Dad's in the bathroom, his favorite place to be. Out on the lawn, we heard Jessie bark. We ran to the window and looked into the dark, when what to our wondering eyes should appear but Jessie pulling a sleigh with 8 tiny reindeer. And a little old driver, so lively and quick, we were almost positive it must be St. Nick. We took a closer look and heard someone say,
Wrong!
By golly, by gosh, that's Santa J! More rapid than Speedy Gonzales, his courses they came, and Jay whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Albert, now Clara, now Chris and Claude. On Luca, on Joshua, on Joey and Doug.
Those names sure sound familiar. All of a sudden, we heard on the roof Santa J falling and the scraping of each little poof. We stood there and waited, and what did we see? We saw Santa J come flying down our chimney. He was dressed in a hat and a pair of blue jeans, and his clothes were ripping apart at the seams. He held in his arms a big duffel bag.
Boy, being Santa J can be such a drag.
Hair, what a mess. His shoes oh so dirty. He reminds us all of old Aunt Gertie.
Who the heck is Aunt Gertie? Mom's losing it. Yeah.
There was a grin on him from ear to ear, and then he said,
How darn warm in here.
a candy cane he held tight in his teeth. We found out later he took it off our wreath. He had a red face and a big fat nose that twitched when he laughed. And so did his toes. He looked puzzled and lost. What a sorry old guy. We cracked up hysterical and offered him pie.
A wink of his eye and a firm handshake. led us to know Santa J was no fake. After the pie, he got right to work,
Ho, ho!
leaving half-wrapped gifts. Boy, what a jerk. After taking his feet and stomping the floor, that didn't work, so he walked out the door.
Ho, ho!
He jumped in his Chevy. Jesse climbed in the back. He started the engine, and we thought he'd be back. Away they drove out of sight, singing Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. As he turned the corner, we could hear him cheer.
Hope to God that Greg gets this job next year.
We hope you enjoyed our little version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now on a serious note. We hope everyone is doing well and enjoys their holidays. Although we can't be together, know that you are all loved and missed, not only at holiday time, but all the time. Think of us on Christmas Day and know that we are not really so far away. Love to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.